Do you have diamond hands? And is that enough to succeed in the volatile cryptocurrency markets? I'm Joanna Garzilli. This is Crypto Angel Network. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, for liking. And today we are going to be talking about what is coming, where we're at now, and what is necessary. Is it enough to have diamond hands? I think that one also has to have a prosperous heart. And I can just tell you that I don't have diamond hands yet. There's a number of you here who are in the Crypto Angel Network community that do have diamond hands, and you have called me out on it. I have said in prior videos, I'm hodling, I'm not letting go of this particular token. And then when the pressure has got intense, I have decided to sell. And at that point, when I sold, I did take profits. But was that the best thing to do? I have just in the last 24 hours been looking very, very carefully at the trades that I did and why I did them. I feel that with a better understanding of myself, then I'm not going to be swayed by what's happening externally when people are panic buying, panic selling. So I'm going to share my screen in a moment because I want to highlight some of you today, those of you who have really been contributing a wealth of wisdom and insight to what is happening because you have much more experience than me. I'm just sharing my personal journey here. This channel is pretty new. We have been going, I think, about a month and a half now, maybe almost 2 months. I have to look at exactly the date that we started, but the community has been growing. So let's just get into, I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to go to the video that I had done yesterday. There it is. Here we go. And here, let's make this, see, we'll go more of a full screen here. Perfect. And let me just scroll down here. So this was the video I did yesterday on crypto price predictions for a number of tokens and just reviewing what had happened back in March. And I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom here. I always reply to these messages personally, but there is some great wisdom here. And so let's just talk about what some of you have shared here. And Stephen Harrison says, Elrond beats them all. Please let us know in the comments. Do you agree with that? Do you hold Elrond? And why? I mean, why? Why does, and Stephen, let us know, why do you think Elrond beats Harmony One, beats VeChain, beats Uniswap, beats Ethereum? I'm curious to know because, again, I'm still in the process of learning. And one of my favorite crypto angels here who is contributing so much in the comments to those of us who are newer, he's very, very experienced, Kuchi Sensei. And so I feel like this is super valuable. Now he says, this is not financial advice, y'all. Are you from the South? Y'all. So with that being said, anything here is not investment or financial advice. You have to do your own due diligence. But I want to share this because I felt this was super, super valuable. So he said he rewatched the video, right? That video that I did from yesterday, and is going to describe why he buys or sells a thing. All right, the main reason, number one, he says, if I think someone will buy it off me for more than I paid, right? And that's logical. That makes total sense. He says, I'm dispassionate about it and don't care about how shady or shifty or bubbly something seems. If I wager, someone will buy it. The safe assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum, I hold long term to eventually sell because it's reasonable to guess that the price of them will rise against the fiat devaluation happening around the world. And I agree. I sort of by accident, I said in the video I did yesterday, I talked about buying Ethereum to go and buy some other tokens. I'm looking at altcoins to really get those exponential gains, and then Ethereum started to pump, and I don't want to get rid of that Ethereum now. And I'm also seeing that I feel like because a number of the decentralized exchanges use Ethereum to power the trades, among other things, it does look like that Ethereum is going to people are going to start to catch on to how valuable it is. And I think it's going to be very interesting. I don't want to get rid of my Ethereum now. I've bought it, I've sold it, I've sold it a few times. I'm looking at this, but who knows? Because I say one thing, and then if I'm not fully grounded, then I have changed my mind. So I'm going to be careful what I say with that. He says, let's see, usually the shifty or bubbly stuff only stays in my portfolio for 2 weeks maximum. Very interesting. For those of you who are hodlers, what do you think about that? It'll just be an upcoming opportunity that people are being too euphoric about. I liquidate the whole bag on a modest gain or sometimes loss to put it into something less volatile. Well, I look at what I did the other week with ADA. I took Cardano, I took a slight loss. I didn't have to. I think I was just annoyed by what happened with the Coinbase Pro launch. And then I put it straight into VeChain and VeThor. And I ended up buying on the higher side of that. So I'm just waiting patiently now, or maybe not so patiently waiting. And but if I had been a bit patient, I could have taken some profits on ADA. And I could have then gone into VeChain and VeThor gas at a lower price. And these are things, it's a learning curve, because I think I've thought, oh, I know myself. I've been in self-help for over 25 years. I know this stuff. I've written books on it. And the gift of being in trading and cryptocurrencies and within this space, I'm learning more and more about myself because of the way that I make decisions around money. And that has been really powerful. What about for you? I'm curious to hear. So please let me know in the comments. This I love what Kuchi Sensei says. The second reason is for utility or learning. Exactly. He says, I bought Bitcoin to see how the main coin transacts. I bought more when I discovered there were different kinds of addresses that make Bitcoin transactions faster and much cheaper. In brackets, native Sedgwick. And Sedgwick was a fork, for those of you who don't know, was a fork in the road that happened with Bitcoin. And it was I'm trying to remember now for my blockchain. It was a hard fork, I think. Just remind me, I'm pretty sure it was a hard fork. Playing with sending Bitcoin to and fro from different kinds of Bitcoin addresses was an eye-opener that probably cost me maybe $100 in network transfer fees, but will save me thousands or tens of thousands in the future now that I know what's cheapest. And this is the value of the community when, if you've tried something and you've learned from it, like I just shared in my video yesterday, I transferred from Coinbase Pro $10 of Ethereum over to Gate.io exchange, and it cost me $10 in fees to send that $10. So, and this is why I'm agonizing over what to do, whether to do Uniswap, because I see some of the fees are extortionate on there, whether to do Gate.io, moving the currencies in there. I have been tormenting myself a little bit with that, I will be honest. He says, I bought XLM when I heard it's one of the cheapest ways to send between exchanges. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. I tried it out, and if both exchanges support it, it is really cheap. So I think that's a brilliant piece of information, and I'm going to look at XLM and how that works but I don't think it's a trading pair, right? With, let's say, for example, is it a trading pair on Uniswap? Is it a trading pair? Could it be for Gate.io? Please, if someone knows, let us know in the comments, and I'm sure Kuchi Sensei knows and can update us here. He says, I bought Ethereum to learn how swaps and ERC20 tokens work. I probably had a net loss from the experimenting, but I learned a lot more than reading the articles on it. And I think this is a brilliant, brilliant point, is that we can read certain things, sort of like going and doing an MBA in business. But when you physically go into the world of doing business as an entrepreneur, you're out in that doing real deals. What happens in a classroom, what happens with you put in a thesis just does not apply to real life. I sort of feel like you could study technical analysis up the wazoo, but because a lot is driven by people and psychology, and some people are unpredictable and crazy. We could say, yes, they're predictable in certain ways, but also people are very unpredictable as well. It's just not as simple as that. So getting that real life experience is so, so valuable. And that's why just starting with smaller amounts, just doing a little bit at the time and being patient, and to keep showing up in the community and, with other people in the space here, so that we can learn from each other. I think that is the great value. I bought some Litecoin to discover for myself that it's the least wieldy coin to transfer for me, especially to and from paper wallets. I bought more Bitcoin from different exchanges to learn about transfer fees that are added by each exchange to see who was the least expensive to transfer off of to a cold wallet. Haha, I won't name the exchange, but a really popular one that people say has high fees actually has the cheapest Bitcoin withdrawal fee that I found, and they recognize the native Sedgwick addresses for even cheaper network fees. On top of that, using their pro site makes the maker and taker fees to buy crypto pretty negligible. Is that Coinbase Pro? Is it? Could it be? Haha, I encourage people to experiment a bit in the beginning so they don't get blindsided by unreasonable fees or available to withdraw limits in the future. And so that, I think that's awesome. It is. It's a trial and error. So I think it's important just to keep going. When I go back to 2017, I did those initial trades. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I sat on the sidelines for another 3 years. Like I said, only this year I started to get into it. Now, Stephen said, I sold Harmony this morning for Ethereum. Fans of Harmony One, I think they're having a bit of they're going to have a little bit of a reaction to this possibly, although most Harmony holders are very zen and spiritual. Justin said in response to that, that's a good move if you plan on dumping that Ethereum soon and putting it back into other altcoins. One will definitely outperform Ethereum in the coming months. I feel like most small cap coins will. And I agree, and that's a good point. That's where I think about, what am I going to do next? I got all this Ethereum. I got 10 grand of Ethereum to go and trade on Gate.io or do that or Uniswap. And I'm torn right now. Maybe I hold on to half of the Ethereum and then trade with the other half for going into these smaller low cap altcoins. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Johnny says, I hope it works out. I did the complete opposite. That's hilarious. Crypto News said, I sold us some Ethereum to buy Polygon several weeks ago. I'm keeping the rest of my ETH. I like that. John Curtis said, chasing that pump, are we? I can relate to that. I've had denial. I realized that I've chased a few pumps. I've definitely been there. I chased Bitcoin pumps in the past, like a dog going and running after some type of ball. The Brawler Chan says, give me knowledge. I sold my Ethereum for Matic. Interesting. I think Matic's getting ready to break out again soon. Now, Brian Van Ekelen says Harmony is going down. Are you saying Harmony is going down, like you see it going down, or because you see it going down? It's consolidating right now. Tommy Soto had left a comment a couple of videos ago saying that Harmony could go down to 11 cents, and I thought that wasn't possible, but from his technical analysis, but I'm thinking maybe he is right. But I'm telling you, like, if that ends up being the low, compared to just over 30 days ago, the low, it had gone down to 1.5 cents at one point. It had dipped down when there was all that market manipulation going on. And then it's going to come back up. We've already touched 22 cents. So I believe by the end of April, I think that we're going to be at around 30 cents. I mean, this is just like part of just how things, I don't think really one can go wrong unless you buy some totally random altcoin that has no fundamentals to it. I just don't see how one can't succeed. Let's see. Here we go. Kuchi Sensei is just waiting for that bear market to swoop stuff up. And Johnny says he sold his Bitcoin and put it into altcoins 2 weeks ago, have already increased his returns. He said, I can always buy more in the bear market. Yes, so you're saying what Kuchi Sensei is saying there. Yes, I hope 30 to 40 cents for Harmony. So you're optimistic with that. And Kuchi Sensei said, I like the strategy because it's crazy profitable if you have nerves of steel. I don't have nerves of steel. That's what I realize. I mean, I just don't. I think it's like if one's honest with oneself about where you're at with things, then you can have more success. And let's just go here. Anthony is saying that one will hit $3 to $5 by the end of 2021. One fan, do you agree with that or do you disagree? I think that's very, very possible with all the milestones on the roadmap that are being achieved with Harmony. I wasn't so sure before, but it could go really parabolic before the end of the year. And stock market investing says Harmony One headed higher long term, no doubt about it. The short term is unpredictable. Who cares? Buy and hold. So yes. So I want to know in the comments, is your strategy hodling? Are you swing trading? Or are you you got to do it as a day trade? And, and how do you know when you're going to catch what's just going to fly up? And Joey says Harmony will smash at least $1 this bull run. Yep. People will be kicking themselves in a few weeks if they miss the opportunity to buy and invest in Bitcoin, Smart says. Maybe not. I mean, it does retrace, doesn't it? Even if it goes up to, let's say if it were to go up in this next month to 70, it's going to retrace back down, I think, then it would just retrace down into the 50s. Instead of that low being around 43, wouldn't it be around 50 something if it did a big correction? What does everyone else here think? And what coins do you hold? At the moment, look at this. This is so, just so you know, these are spammers that pretend to be me. I'm never going to ask money for you. I currently am holding Ethereum, Harmony One, V-Chain, and V-Thor. And I'm about to add some more. But I'm just trying to be patient here at the moment with myself to not do anything impulsive. And let's see. I just want to go to this. BD says new subscriber. Thank you. And new to crypto. Thanks for being so transparent. Yeah, they said, I feel burned by Cardano. I got to tell you, the video I did on the craziest Coinbase Pro launch, I was definitely frustrated. I didn't feel very spiritual at that point. He says there was obvious manipulation. I got out of it. And even though I know it will probably go up, I'm not going to touch it. My intuition told me to buy Harmony One at 2 cents, and I bought and sold it at around 3 cents. Regret it deeply now. Bought back in at 15 cents. And I think you're not alone in that. Not everyone is so astute and aware. I've done stuff where what I'm starting to try and do is just really just observe, and whenever I come to doing a trade, to just do it with a really clear mind. And I'm trying to really focus on planning and having a slightly longer term outlook, even if it's just to hold something for a couple of weeks. So at least you bought back in. And, in 2 months from now, is Harmony going to be above 15 cents? Far beyond that. But you're not alone on that. And then in USAA says, I like you too. You always leave me fun, entertaining comments. So keep them coming. And then guitar player Noah says, with all that buying, selling, how are you preparing for short-term capital gains taxes? And thank you, Coochie Sensei says, it looks like she's using CoinTracker for tracking her trades. That is absolutely correct. I am. And as far as paying for capital gains, I could imagine during tax time in April, May this year, a bunch of retail traders will take some profits or self-investments to have cash to pay any capital gains taxes. And again, that's not me there. Seeing this comment here. If a lot of US let me just move on from that. So yes, I am using CoinTracker, and I already filed my taxes for 2020, and I did use the CoinTracker. It does all the transactions for you, and then I'm all ready for the 2021 tax year from the gains. Actually, let me just come out of this. How do I do this? I'll show it. Anyway, basically, I showed in the video I did yesterday. I shared my screen and I showed where my crypto taxes are, and I've already paid out some estimated taxes. So in the US, you pay quarterly, And I just paid out just over a couple of thousand in estimated, because I just don't want to be caught out later on, and then I'll just see where am I at. So I haven't gone for the long-term capital gains tax there. But so that's my focus, and the coin tracker's working well. I only had one issue with it for about a week, where VeThor, the cost basis was showing up, the market price was showing up totally wrong, but they have fixed that. Let's just see here. I want to go to, so Newman said buy Algorand. It's a hidden gem, but you have to hodl it. It will be the biggest crypto in the future. Sold all my ADA and bought more one and Algorand. Interesting. Is there a reply there? Kuchi Sensei is also a fan of Algorand, since you can stake it and just let it grow. So that's an interesting one. Does anyone else here hold Algorand? And then, the Poppy Boy 11 says your Ethereum fees are the same whether it's $10 or $1,000 or $10,000 you're sending. Oh wow. So what if I'm going to go and send $1,000 from Coinbase Pro to Gate.io or some other exchange? Basically, I'm paying $10 then. That's what it sounds like. And more will be revealed soon, because I'll actually do a video on showing just my trades going through in action, what I do, whether I do Uniswap or Gate.io. I'm still undecided what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to do Gate.io. And Bull Cumulus says, hi Joanna, just a heads up on KuCoin. See, I can't use KuCoin as a US citizen. But for those of you some of you are international here in the community, because right now our community of Crypto Angel Network is, I think we're 47% US citizens, 12% UK, and then we got Canada, Netherlands, and then we've got a whole load of other countries as well, which are a smaller percentage there. And so they're saying staking for one at 12%, so you can sell it or transfer instantly. They said, I doubled your 60,000 purchase of one the day you bought it. I had a good feeling about it and still do, so hold. I get 30 coins a day from staking. That's awesome. I have a hate relationship ADA and sold it. I'm laughing because I definitely got very cross about ADA because it wasn't performing for me. A couple of my main ones are VeThor, DSLA. I don't know DSLA actually. Hot. eGold, Keep, Pundit X. I know a few of you who have Pundit X, and Sol, as in Solana, right? I don't have Solana. Also check out the small caps on KuCoin. And thank you I'm doing my best here to show up. I got to tell you, there's days sometimes where I'm processing so much of this whole crypto stuff. You know, for you, those of you who are the guys, I think you're just a little bit more mentally strong, analytical. Women get a little bit more emotional, trying to feel things out, which is useful in some ways. It's definitely helpful. But I'm just like, I feel like I'm just sort of just like integrating a lot of activity for the last couple of months, and then I'm going to go on a tear again. We'll see. Ashley Lee says, I can relate to everything you're saying, Joanna. I cashed in my £10,000 worth. A fellow Brit, although I'm a US citizen now, but yes, fellow Brit, I like that. Where are you in the UK? I cashed in my £10,000 of Bitcoin for one at 2 cents. Wish I'd done it one day earlier, as I could have got it at 1 cent. By making a big decision when you're new to crypto, as I am, it's so difficult. Yes, indeed it is. And again, I cashed in my ADA for one. Another difficult decision, but I was late to ADA, so I only had 3,000, and now watching one retrace, but got to hold tight. Yeah, I feel like definitely I'm holding on with one, because yeah, I mean, I just love it. I just love their team, the whole energy of it as well. That's not me. Again, here we go. This WhatsApp stuff, please, my friends here, just pay attention. I would never do this. And it's so frustrating because I can't go and report it as spam, because then I'd be reporting myself as spam. All right, so let's see. Yerma P says here, the Ethereum mining fees are whack. I tried to swap Ethereum for B Pro and it costs the same amount I wanted to buy. I suggest Bitcoin swaps every time. That's interesting. I'm trying to get my head around that, around Bitcoin swaps. Is that a site? Is that an exchange? That's what it sounds like. If someone knows, please, can you let us know for those of us who are newer in crypto? Okay, so Zizu Headbutt says, did you see the news about VeChain and the changes in gas fees? No, I did not see the news in that. I did in my video yesterday about the vaccine traceability, that they have an exclusive contract with China, with the Shanghai government. So let's see, what do you say? This is 100% going to lower the price of VeThor gas further. If you hold VEET, it will create VeThor, really edge out of your VeThor and trade it for VEET. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is huge news for anyone that holds VeThor gas. This is super helpful. All right, every time I get up to $30 to $50 worth of VeThor gas, I trade it for VEET. This has been my strategy throughout my time holding VEET, and I've seen massive gains. Brilliant. I love this. Thank you for sharing that here, because again, these are the things that, look, there's some other, there's a number of, I love to check out other people's stuff in the space here on YouTube and crypto, but it's people in the community here that are just sharing these fantastic piece of information, stuff that I just didn't know that. And even if you just look up sort of some of the general news stuff within crypto, it doesn't cover information like Zizu Headbutt just did. Now, Wolf of Wall Street always kicks my ass. You give me such a hard time. But, it's good. I feel like Wolf of Wall Street holds me accountable, says, Joanna, you've got to do better here. So he says, you need more patience. Jumping from one crypto to another will get you wrecked. I wish you the best nevertheless. Okay, so first of all, I have not got wrecked at all. I have so far, and I'm not saying this because I'm not trying to brag, but I just want to stand up for myself here. I've already taken $23,000 in profits within 2 months. So how am I getting wrecked? I'm not. I'm absolutely fine. But I do agree with you. You're absolutely right that there are times where I have been impulsive, and if I just waited a little bit longer and I didn't, be so sort of fickle, flighty, yes, I could have had better gains, or it would have taken less energy to get the same results. So I agree with part of what you're saying, and but not the other part. All right, single guy for you. Sounds like single guy for you. Great channel, new sub here. Welcome. You didn't cover your April price prediction for VeChain. Not a fan of ADA. It seems that a lot of people are not fans of ADA at the moment. They're not happy. More hype and too big of a market cap. There are much better coins to invest in. And exactly, that's why I got out of ADA. I did buy into the hype with the Coinbase launch. And I look back and I go, I'm never going to do that again. When someone's like, oh, it's listing on a new exchange. I'm over it. I just feel that sometimes some of these news announcements, it doesn't necessarily mean something is going to pump in the way that one would hope. And only, I think, newer people coming to the space will unfortunately be like lambs going to the slaughter. My price prediction for VeChain for April, well, let's see, it's about it's just 9 cents 30 something right now. Well, I mean, it sort of like feels like a practical, where will we be end of April? Could we touch 20 cents? I mean, I feel like VeChain's been really consolidating, and we should touch at least 15 cents. I think that we could get up to 20 cents and then go through some retracement. I would think by the April, maybe it could be around 15, 16 cents. That would be like a new, excuse me, a new support line. So those are my thoughts on that. I'm not selling my VeChain right now. I'm going to hold on, but I'm going to take that. I do think what Zizu Headbutt said about the VeThor gas is very important. Okay, Gerardo de Leon likes GRT. GRT looks like it's getting ready to break out again soon. Crypto News says when you see gas fees too high, you can always refuse it. I didn't see how to be able to do that. It didn't give me that option in Coinbase Pro. I think that's you're talking about in Uniswap, I think. Let me know in the comments. Sometimes you can do it later and gas fees may be reduced because of the congestion. I'm looking for small cap coins that have exponential growth. If you do videos on those, that would be great. I'm going to do a video on, I looked at the white paper for farmland and I really like that. I'm super excited about that. I just want to do some more research on it before I go into it, because I'm going to go into 5-6 coins, and I'm looking here off to the side here. I know that Shopping.io is doing really, really well, and Travala, and I know some of those have pumped quite a bit lately, but I think because they're not on Binance US, they're not on Coinbase yet, but they're just not on the main exchanges. Apart from, I think I know Shopping.io is on Bittrex, but again, Bittrex isn't like a massive one that people use. That there is still room for growth there. We're getting in that. And then I had also looked at, I'm probably going to go into Modify. I looked at that a while ago, and I actually found that on TrustSwap Launchpad. I may go into TrustSwap as well. I'm looking at, Eternity's pricey right now. I mean, I wish I'd got in right at the get-go. It just came out the gate so strong. I'm going to go into some gaming tokens. Definitely, I'm looking at Chain Games. I think is super strong. Tara X. I'm just looking at my list here. Tara X was another one. I think Unimex is pretty exciting. What else did I like the look of? I know someone here had mentioned about Math. That was that was already, I see on my list from before. I just want to do some more due diligence on it. And then let's see, what else do I have here? FAR, that's the one. I'm very excited about the farmland one. I just feel good about that. And there's an insurance one, because I feel like from my research so far, the insurance industry hasn't popped, like it hasn't gone off yet, and I feel some things are coming with that. So I'm looking at a number of tokens. I was on Gate.io a couple of days ago. I started to look through, like one of our friends here suggested about KuCoin for those small cap coins. I got very, very excited, and then I started to feel totally overwhelmed. When I get overwhelmed, then I have to just take a step back, because I'm like, what do I do? Okay, calm down, Joanna, calm down. Just take a moment. And so I'm gearing up to make some trades that I'm not going to just then go in and go out of them because of the gas fees. I'm going to be very, very careful. I'm taking a slightly different approach. My approach is shifting from when I really came into just starting to trade a couple of months ago. And then let's see. Wendy's Superfood Tribe. I love this. Superfood. Are you in health? It sounds like you're in some sort of like health, wellness sort of stuff. And she says, I love it. A lot of female here, because our audience here it's a lot of really cool guys, and there's very few of us females. This is another great video. Thank you. I see you had Chainlink and Litecoin and sold them. I did. I just didn't have that much Chainlink, and then I was like, I don't have enough Chainlink, and I sold it. And yes, I had Litecoin a while back. I think Litecoin I had back in 2017. She said, I've been holding both, and ironically, I hold almost identical amounts you held. I feel like I need to dump both with small gains I have right now and invest in something that will make faster gains. And that was my thinking with that. And I did. I went into one. I went into, what else did I go into? I went into Ravencoin, and and that was great. And I went into Polygon Matic. So I did make those quicker gains. I think it really, each person, the size of their portfolio, the amount they have to invest really determines, because some of these tokens, it's, you can't get so much, or they've already gone through a big pump, or they have quite a sizable market cap. And so I think that, again, you have to do your own due diligence, but I think that when one doesn't have such a big budget to put in to invest, it is the way to go, is those smaller market cap gems, finding those gems. And thank you for appreciating my transparency. And the Coin Tracker app is fantastic. It's great. All right, Justin OI, Harmony One. Yes, it is a gem. Rio Reeves says, nice portfolio. Thank you. It is a little bit small at the moment for my portfolio. It's not very spread out, but I'm happy with it. Although I just bought it too much VThor gas, I guess, and because I got excited. And so I'm probably not going to stay in VThor gas for that long. I'll let it go up. I'll take profits, and then I'm going to go into more smaller cap, the stuff that I was talking about on Gate.io, Uniswap, and because I just see so many incredible projects coming up, and then going into some of the farming, staking. And Canada 11 says, one of my favorite crypto channels. Yay, thank you. Any thoughts on the hollow hot coin? I know a number of you here hold it. I hear good things about it. I just haven't done my research on it yet. I am in the month of April. I'll start doing some smaller videos of going through, showing some of the insights more from sort of like, because I used to many years ago work in corporate finance in the city of London, and I would be sent off to go and research for different companies. So I like to take that same approach I had in corporate finance to looking at the white papers here on these different tokens. So I'm going to start to do more. I have a list of them. People have asked, from Veracity to Holochain to Math. I'm going to do a whole load, and some of those will be, they're not going to be as long. Like my video yesterday was based off of looking a review of everything from March and going into April, so it was a longer video. I'm doing a little bit of a longer video today, and then I'll have some shorter ones coming that just focus on those single tokens. And Darshan Baba says, nice, great content. I'm happy to see someone using their deeper intelligence and intuition for predictions. Stay blessed. Thank you for that. And yes, I feel like my intuition is working well, but it's I can definitely see that I'm seeing more and more the mental blocks I have, those blind spots, and I'm a work in progress. I'm just gonna keep trying, doing better, keep showing up, and I will keep showing where I mess up, where I make mistakes as well, because I'm hoping that's helpful for you as well. If I make a mistake and you see that mistake, and I'm only the one that suffers from it, and it saves you making that mistake, well, then it's worth me having made the mistake, because it's going to save you from making that same mistake, right? Crypto news, thanks for your videos and your honesty. I'm new to crypto also, and I love crypto. Yes. And then Tony Fat, you made me laugh so much when I read this. You're using magic to pick your coins. You know what? I think right now, hang on, it's time. Speaking of magic, let's have a little angel card, okay? We got here we go. This is where, it just disappears. It's because I got my Zoom up here. One day I'm going to do a live, and I think with the live I can't have the background. You'll see my I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's beautiful weather here at the moment. I'm going to pop to the pool afterwards, have a little swim. Okay, so here we go. Ooh. I used to hate getting this card in the past, but now that I think I'm a little bit more grounded, a little bit older, that I appreciate this card very much. Okay, so the angel card for us here for going into for April is obedience. And yeah, I can just tell you, I'm a little bit rebellious. I do not like following rules, but I do. I've only ever had one detention in my life, and that was for showing up. Suppose I was late to school 3 times and I wasn't the teacher. She just had it in for me. Anyway, so obedience. It's saying, here, can you see this little angel? And they're stopping. They have to stop at the traffic light. And I feel March was a really crazy, volatile month. And I think that, I see already videos coming out, people just like, whoa, April's going big. It's going to be really big, biggest month ever. But I think also that it's important to just really wait for signals on things, and not to rush things. If you suddenly hear about something, or you hear something's pumping and you're like, oh, I got to get in, just take a moment, just take a pause. Don't jump straight into the thing. And let's say, for example, something's already pumped quite heavily, then be patient. Just wait for it to retrace. Don't jump in when it's pumping like crazy. So I think maybe just to me, this idea of obedience is like, don't be a slave to how do I want to say it? Don't be a slave to impulse. Don't go with that impulsive drive. It's not healthy. Just know you've got the time that you need to make the right trades. And even let's say if you do buy at the top of something, like I've done near the top a couple of times, and Wolf of Wall Street's called me out on that it's okay. Then just coming to terms with just hodling a little bit longer. So I don't know how you feel about the obedience card there. What's your take on the obedience card? What do you think? All right. Where are we at here? Hang on a sec. Let me just, hang on. I'm back on the wrong page here. Hang on, you're on my desktop here. You can see all my messy desktop. Here we go. All right. I need to feng shui my desktop. It's when I take for the thumbnails and I take like the little screenshots and I stick them there, and then I need to just clean it all out. So if I have a clean desktop, then I have a clear mind. Okay, let us see. Hang on. I'm going to scroll all the way up to here. We're back in my other screen here with all my stuff. Hold on. And then let's see. JJ said, just stumbled across this channel based on video title. I'm going to like this channel. Thank you. Yes, I guess you're a crypto angel. Veet, One, and Matic. Very cool. John Rodriguez said he sold half his Cardano last week when Ethereum was dipping. He bought the Ethereum dip, sold the Ethereum when it pumped to 2050, and rebought Cardano. Now I have more Cardano. Still has 10 Ethereum in his wallet, but holding half of the long term and trading the other half to rebuy more Ethereum on the dips. You sound like a little bit more of an advanced trader. Ray Climaco, a long-term hodler till retirement. Die hard on that. More VThor gas, Veet and One. Kashing, okay. But interesting what we just saw about the VThor gas, the comment on that. Okay, I'm being told to add Hollow Hot, so there's someone else that likes it. So I'm definitely going to have to do a video on that. Again, this is not me there. This was interesting to me. Daniel Lycona had said, your videos helped inspire me to invest in Harmony. And then Wakwa Samad said, Harmony is going down from last week. Yes, it was. And Max S, who's been a subscriber for a while, says, and take a look at profits people made for the last month and a half. Yeah, I mean, gosh, it went up considerably. He said, I mean to say it already pumped as Bitcoin. I think Harmony's at its peak. It will take more months to go all-time high. Wakas Ahmad, I don't agree with that. I just think Harmony is going to do really, really amazingly. And you're saying your 15,000 Harmony One, I think it's going to go up quicker than that. Let's just go, here we go. Let's just take a look at what the price with Harmony One today. I just want to go here just to... Why am I on Monero? Oh, because I went one. Hang on. Let me go to the right thing. And I just want to get the current, to show the gains here. Look at the last 30 days. 424% gains for those who bought Harmony 30 days ago, and 6,500% gains. So people say, oh, you can't get altcoins 1000x gains. Oh, yes, you can. And I think that, the last 14 days has been 35% gains. And the last 7 days, negative 11.6. Well, that's a good thing, because then we're getting ready to... So maybe we're not going to see the same the gains in the next 30 days. But what about then in May? Could we see those sort of a similar pattern of, after we've gone through consolidation, that we see another 400% gains in May, June, like right around that time? Well, if that's the case, I mean, it's going to be pretty awesome. So, and it looks like it's definitely just going through some more of this retracement here. But I'm not worried about that at all. So there you have it. I appreciate you so much. I love the comments, and I'll tell you, sometimes I go, oh my gosh, I don't know what it is psychologically exactly. I feel like I can't show up But because of your comments and your engagement and your enthusiasm, that keeps me showing up here, and it keeps me going with the crypto. And I just want to hold myself accountable here. In terms of my technical analysis, I'm in Ivan on Tech Academy. I was gung-ho. I'm certified in blockchain, certified in Bitcoin, certified in digital assets taxation. And then I started to do the technical analysis and for the advanced trading technical analysis. And then I stopped, and I need to get back to that. I need to do it. So I am holding myself accountable here. What date is it today? It's the 3rd of April. That by the end of April, I will have completed the Technical Analysis 101 and the Advanced Technical Analysis. So I'm going to do it. And if I don't, please call me out on it. So what are your goals for April? How do you feel? What are you doing to improve your ability as a trader, as a developer? Or how are you using crypto to create successes, gains for yourself in your life? How are you going to apply that to your life? I want to hear in the comments. Thank you for subscribing to Crypto Angel Network, for liking, and it's been awesome to be here with you. And I promise you there are more altcoin videos coming, those smaller market cap gems, so that we can look back at the end of 2021 and go, wow, this was awesome. Because I just feel like there's never going to be a year quite like this again, where you could be like really a little bit clueless and still make fantastic gains. I'm not saying I'm clueless. All right. Okay, I'm sending you lots and lots of love, and I look forward to connecting to you next time.